Hello everybody, and today we will be building a city in Minecraft and then traveling to it in real life. This is going to be a crazy video, but first we have to find out what city we're going to build. So that's why I have this wheel. We have some of the biggest cities in the US on this wheel, and we are going to be spinning it and seeing what city we're going to build and then travel to. We're going to be doing this twice, so keep watching. Alright, and okay, so it looks like we're going to be going to New York City. So we're going to remove that choice and get to building. So I actually think that New York was the biggest city, or at least by population, in the US, I think. So this is going to be really fun. But first, we have to build it. So I'm just going to build some landmarks from New York because New York City is pretty big. So I'm just going to build some places. I might do a little bit of Central Park, possibly the Empire State Building, maybe? Yeah, why not? Let's start with the Empire State Building. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Now let's try to build it in Minecraft. But the thing is, what block do we want to use? Possibly some sort of concrete. Would the light gray work? I guess that would work. And then some windows, of course. So let's begin. So it has that. So let's just start the time lapse. So this is how it's looking so far. I still have to add the windows on this side and stuff, and I have to recreate this entire thing on this side too. But so far, I don't think it's too bad. The color isn't exactly the same, but we'll make it work. I thought it'd be the traveling part that was hard, but this building thing is taking a long time. And now, I think it's done. So the grand reveal in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so here is the Empire State Building. This took a lot longer than I thought it would. And yeah, you can see for the end, I used end rods as like top like antenna thingies. I used a bunch of windows all the way down. I did the same structure as the actual Empire State Building. However, if you look on the inside, there's nothing, and I was too lazy to add windows everywhere because that's a lot of windows. Just this would be a ton of windows. Alright, that is my building for New York. Now, let's go to New York in real life. And so, I started the long trip all the way up to New York City. And eventually, I actually made it. So we've made it to New York, and it's a lot bigger than when I built it in Minecraft, but let's go check it out. Before checking into our hotel, we decided to check out Times Square. New York. Yeah. We even found the Empire State Building, which, as you know, we just built in Minecraft. I decided to just go around and look at the city, and it was absolutely massive, with a bunch of really nice buildings, architecture, and a lot of people. We even found the Flatiron Building, which is another cool landmark, and a Harry Potter store for some reason. We even got to check out Times Square at night, which was absolutely beautiful with all of the lights and billboards. Times Square was easily the most crowded place, and you could definitely see why. On day 2, we walked some more around the city and saw some other cool things, including this big statue-looking thing. We even saw the tallest building in North America, being One World Trade Center. However, it was really foggy, so we couldn't see a lot of it. We also got to see the 9/11 memorial, which was really cool to see. On day 3, we started out by crossing the Brooklyn Bridge over to Brooklyn. And the view of Manhattan from Brooklyn was amazing. And on my final day in New York, I took a ferry to Staten Island to see the Statue of Liberty. Alright, now that we've been to New York, let's get our second city that we're gonna go to. Alrighty, let's see what city we're gonna get next. And it looks like it is going to land on Washington. And by Washington, I mean Washington, D.C. And Washington, D.C. is also a pretty big place. But I think we're gonna build some notable places like should we do the White House? Yeah, why not? Let's build the White House. Alright, so this is what it looks like. I think this one is gonna take a lot less time than the Empire State Building, so let's get to work. Alright, so obviously for this, we're going to use white concrete, because Actually, I think quartz would actually look better. Alright, so we're gonna build it right next to the Empire State Building. And we should make it just as big right here as the Empire State Building. Alright, so it looks like it has these two sides and then this big thing in the middle with these pillars and stuff. So let's begin work on that. So how long do we want to make this entire thing? Like that long? Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, so we split it up into thirds, and then this is going to be this thing. So it actually looks like it comes out a bit more like this. But then, of course, these are pillars. So we'll just... Alright, and with that, it looks like the White House is complete. I added the pillars, I added this roof thingy, I added all the windows here, and the inside is apparently just a mob farm for some reason. Nope, you can't get out. Okay, let's go travel to Washington, D.C. now. So once again, I made the long journey, but this time to Washington, D.C. I got there pretty late, so I got to see some stuff at night, but we'll come back to this later. Finally, on the first day, I actually got to check out the city, and we saw some pretty cool things. This is the National Treasury, and we were also just walking around the city, just like checking everything out, looking at all the buildings, and stuff like that. We also went and saw the Capitol, which you can see right here. I also got to see a great view of this lake and the Washington Monument right outside the Jefferson Memorial. Speaking of the Jefferson Memorial, here it is. So this city is pretty big, so thank you for that insight past me. Anyways, here's another great view of that lake. And here is the Franklin D. Roosevelt Monument, which is really loud. Just listen. Here's the Martin Luther King Jr. Monument. And a huge lake right outside the Lincoln Memorial that outlooks to the Washington Monument. And here is the Lincoln Memorial. And this is it on the inside with a 40-foot statue of President Lincoln himself. And here is the Washington Monument, which is over 555 feet tall. And on our final day in Washington, D.C., we saw the Capitol building with a bunch of flags right outside of it. And the Library of Congress. And that is it for this video. Let me know if you guys liked it. Please remember to like and subscribe. This video took a long time to make, both because I had to edit all of it, film all of it, and actually travel to all of these places. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!